Melons, they are a great summer fruit, and some of them you can have further than summer into the fall. The interesting thing about melons is you pretty much have to eat them fresh. So this whole show is going to be about fresh melons. Now this is the Crenshaw melon. It is a cross melon. It's got a couple of melons they've crossed together to make it. We're going to open this one because it has the most gorgeous color fruit inside. And then down here I have a variety of other melons. This is all I could find in the store the day I went. This is the cantaloupe. This is the American cantaloupe. The English cantaloupe has ribs on it. This is called the honeydew. It's green inside, whereas the cantaloupe is orange inside. This is the baby seedless watermelons. This is kind of like the full-grown way that they pick them. This is the canary melon, and you can imagine what color's inside. It's kind of yellow, canary yellow. And then of course there's watermelon. Now watermelon is a little different than the other two because it is 92% water. The others have a various range, but 92% water. And the watermelon is the one that you usually can find chopped up already for you. Then you can see the colors. But all of the melons in the stores, usually they will have some of them cut in half so you can see inside, because that's about the only way for sure that you know it probably is ripe. And even then you haven't tasted it. The interesting thing, the most interesting of the melons is honeydew. We're going to cut this one open in a minute. The honeydew is green inside. This is actually a honeydew that is not ripe. When you see them ripe, most people don't pick them because they think they're overripe. But it should have some freckles of brown on it, a few little brown spots. It should be more golden than green. And it should be kind of sticky. The reason why it's called honeydew melon is because it gets sticky on the outside like honey, because it's so full of sugar that it starts seeping out once it gets ripe. So let's cut that one open first. But you need to be able to see me, so I'm going to move these away so you can see what I'm doing. And you know, you could do this with weights. That could be a good way to get your exercise for the day. One caution about all the melons, and even about fruits that you need to cut into, you really do need to wash the outsides off. That's really true of melons because almost the only way we eat them is raw. So I have a warm dish rag that is very clean, just hasn't been used for anything else yet, and you want to wash the entire outside of the melon. And the reason why you want to do that is because the width of the knife can push dirt from the outside of the rind. And that's really important for melons too because the rind is thick. And so when you're going through it, you're going to push down any dirt that's on top of here, on top of the outside, it will go into the melon. So I'm going to cut this one open. This is our honeydew. This one can tell is not quite ripe because it's cutting very, but there it is. This is the greenest of the melons. You can see how little rind that it has on the outside. And all of the melons have seeds in the pocket except for the watermelon. It does not. And so when you're getting this prepared, you need to cut it open, wash it, cut it open, and take out the seeds. And you just spoon them out, just like a little spoonful. And they all have similar size seeds. They all have similar shaped seeds. Some of the colors are a little different. So I'm going to cook melon today. I know most people don't do that, but there's one way to cook melon that is just divine. And that is on the grill. I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to cut. You want to make it so that there's a thickness to it so that it can be skewered with the skewers. So you know you need a good almost inch of it. And you go down, and you know, perfection is not needed. And then we're going to cut this in half. And then we're going to put skewers through it from the back side. And I always put it down so I don't hurt myself. You need to put about 3 of them. And the reason is so you can pick them up later. Now, some people take the rind off, and that's okay. I just find it's easier to keep them skewered. And I just put them on like that, and then I'm going to put another color. Instead of making them all the same color, I wanted to show you the variety of colors. So we're going to put this aside. And let's cut open the Crenshaw melon. It is such a gorgeous color. So once again, I'll take my tag off. These tags are wonderful. They tell you what kind it is. All of these melons are from the United States except for our large watermelon. But that's today. Who knows what tomorrow would bring. So I'm going to wash this off like I did the other. Be sure that it's all clean. And sometimes you'd be surprised how much dirt is on it, but most of the time there isn't. Our food supply comes into the grocery stores now pretty clean. So I'm just going to cut off the end of this one because I want you to see the color of the fruit, because the outside doesn't give you a clue to the inside, and it's a little pinker than the cantaloupe. Once again, it's got the pocket of seeds in the middle. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to skewer this one. You'll notice on this one, the rind is much thicker. You can see it better because it's two different colors. The rind is green and the meat is orange, pinkish orange. It's really pretty. This is one of the most delicious melons, and very seldom do you see it in people's homes. I'm going to cut one right here. Okay, so you understand what I'm doing? I'm putting them on like this. I'm going to lay them onto the grill. Let's see if I can get my skewer through that. This one looks like it has a pretty tough rind, but it's also very ripe. So let me see. I think I will take it off so I can get through it without tearing it up. So I just peel inside the rind. And this one didn't stay together too well. That's okay. We can put it onto the 3 skewers and it'll be fine. And that's the reason why you want to use 3, not just 1. For one thing, it's a lot easier to pick up. Oops, just have to do that with my other hand. I was trying to do that for you for the camera. Okay, so now, and I could put more. You could put as many on as you wanted. And then, indoor grill or outdoor grill, you just lay them on. The thing is, you don't want to leave them too long. They're a lot of water, and they're going to drip. Let me move this out of the way. So, go to my website to learn more about melons.